gives you the feeling of being attracted. Look, in John 12 and 32, the word of God says, and when I am lifted up from the earth, he says, I will draw all men to me, or I will draw everyone to me. He says, when I'm lifted up, there's going to be some magnetism. When I'm lifted up, I'm going to draw. I'm going to pull. There's going to be some magnetism that comes from me being lifted up. And so when I look at that, when I kind of hear those words that Jesus says, I see that he's saying two things in one. Two things in one. Y'all remember that commercial? Used to be that old commercial, and they'd be like, two things in one. And you get, okay, so I'm just dating myself. I see. Some of y'all don't remember that. But he says this, there's two things in one. First, he says there's a past thing. He says, when I'm lifted up. When he's talking about when he was lifted up on the cross, his sacrifice would draw all men to him, because all men need a sacrifice to be saved. All men need a sacrifice to be saved and be reconciled with God, or to be reconnected to God. And so he says, when I'm lifted up, I'm going to draw. When I'm lifted up, there's going to be a magnetism to me. He says that in the past, but he also talks about the present. He's talking about when Jesus is lifted up in our hearts and in our lives.